Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a bit of a different approach. We're going back in time.
Way back.
Yeah, our source material. It's an actual broadcast. August 1984, Tuesday Night Titans from the World Wrestling Federation.
WWF, yeah.
Classic stuff.
Exactly. And our mission, really, is to unpack this whole broadcast, see what it tells us about 80s wrestling, beyond just, what happened in the ring.
Right, because it wasn't just matches. It was this whole package. Athleticism, sure, but also these huge personalities.
Huge. And some moments you just wouldn't expect. It's like they were crafting this total entertainment experience.
That's a good way to put it. Total entertainment. The full show.
Yeah.
Characters. That's what we're looking at.
Okay, so let's dive in. Our first segment really focuses on one of those characters, Ken Patera. Just an incredible figure from that time.
Oh, absolutely. A legitimate powerhouse.
I mean, his big claim to fame, right? A first and only American to military press over 500 pounds, which is just staggering. And, that lift, the military press, it actually got removed from Olympic competition later.
Why was that? Too dangerous?
Yeah, basically. Concerns about spinal injuries, nervous system stuff, especially at those weights Patera was hitting. So his record just stands because the event itself is gone.
Wow. So he was literally strong enough to change the rules.
In a way, yeah. And the show used that legitimacy, didn't it? They leaned into his real athletic background.
Oh, totally. It made everything else seem more believable, even the crazy stuff.
Exactly. It wasn't just showmanship. It was like strategic, grounding the spectacle in real power.
And his persona matched the power. He wasn't shy. 4 gold medals, Pan Am Games.
Said he was the only American to do it, the only competitor, period.
Called himself the greatest, the man to beat, believed the strongest shall survive. Classic wrestling bravado, but with the credentials to kind of back it up.
Mm-hmm. And he had opinions, especially about officials.
Oh, yeah. Called them arrogant, obnoxious, and idiots. Said they were prejudiced because they liked underdogs.
Which he claimed he never was, of course.
Of course not. It all just built this massive character.
Absolutely. And his wrestling style reflected that power. Brute force. Things like the hip toss, bear hug, suplex.
Slingshot, yeah.
Sure.
And just throwing guys around like sacks of potatoes, as they said.
Right. Quite a contrast to his manager, Captain Lou Albano, visually speaking.
Huh. Yeah, just a bit. And Patera didn't just talk about strengths, he showed it.
The demonstrations, yeah. On the show, he bent a 3/4-inch steel rod.
Which he'd apparently won a contest doing before, like a strongest men thing.
Right. And he even explained the difference between, like, Olympic lifting snatch, clean and jerk, and powerlifting.
Bench press, squat, deadlift.
Yeah, and bodybuilding, too.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger, Ferrigno. He made a point that Olympic lifting wasn't just brute strength.
It needed technique, flexibility, explosiveness. What was the word he used?
Heart. He said it required heart, not just big arms.
Right. He mentioned his specific lifts, too, the split snatch versus the squat snatch. His record was over 400 pounds on that.
And the two-hand clean and jerk, an American record. Something like 560, 570 pounds. Incredible numbers.
So this brings up the big question, right? How much of this was real athletic power and how much was, performance, showmanship?
That's the million-dollar question with wrestling, always. But Patera blurred that line better than most.
Especially with that final stunt, the moving van.
Oh, the van stunt. That was something else.
Mm-hmm.
His plan was to stop a 5,200-pound moving van using just his legs and back.
Which sounds completely insane.
It does. And they played up the danger, the tension. Patera insisting TNT, the show, was totally responsible if he got hurt.
And the funny bit about the driver? Lord Alfred Hayes couldn't do it.
Because he's English. Drives on the wrong side of the street, Patera said. So Vince McMahon himself had to drive.
Which just adds another layer of weirdness. Showbiz.
Totally. Then the climax. The van strains, wheels spinning, Patera holding it back, supposedly.
And McMahon admits his foot got stuck on the accelerator.
Right. It's this perfect blend. You get the dramatic feat of strength, but also this little wink, this admission that maybe it wasn't all Patera, but Patera still gets the last word.
Yeah, saying he's the only man in the world that's capable of doing it. It really was a masterclass in building a character. Real strength, big talk, big stunts.
Unforgettable.
But Patera wasn't the only personality on display. This broadcast gave us a real cross-section of the WWF roster back then.
Absolutely. Like Ace Freeman.
Yeah. Ace Freeman, a veteran wrestler, 35-plus years experience, now a promoter. And he had some interesting thoughts on the wrestlers coming up.
The new breed, he called them. guys from colleges, universities.
He seemed really impressed, said they were unbelievable, knew so much more than wrestlers in the past, who often came from Europe.
It kind of shows you how the talent pool was changing, evolving. Wrestling was becoming more,
Mm,
maybe mainstream athletic.
yeah. He mentioned specific guys he admired, too. Bob Backlund, Patera, of course, and Hulk Hogan.
Described Hogan as a big man, but with agility, great movement. You can see the seeds of the Hogan era being planted there.
Definitely. Then, shifting gears completely, we met the Haiti Kid.
Huh. 99 pounds of, well, power and entertainment, as you said.
14 years in the business, traveled to 72 countries. Quite the career.
And his style was just chaos, wasn't it? So fast, he'd end up involving the referees, the fans, everyone.
Yeah. And they told that story about Frenchie Lamont, another midget wrestler.
Lifting Gorilla Monsoon, who was, what, over 400 pounds?
Exactly. Just to show the incredible pound-for-pound strength and agility these guys had.
Speed and agility were key, and the entertainment value was just off the charts.
We saw it in his match. Taking a chunk out of his behind, he said, doing a monkey flip, a slingshot.
The airplane spin, making everyone dizzy.
And the finish, pinning the referee, Dick Worley.
Classic, just pure comedy and unexpectedness.
His explanation was funny, too. Said pinning Worley was more scary for me because Worley was so ugly.
He kind of walked that back a bit, saying Worley just didn't know what hit him as such a surprise. But, yeah, proved size wasn't everything. Entertainment was king.
Then we had Tito Santana, the Intercontinental Champion at the time.
Arriving with his mariachi band. Great entrance.
Really leaning into his heritage there. And he seemed really proud of that belt, said he defended it more than anyone before him.
You could see the toll it took, though. He talked about the grueling schedule.
Constant travel, time changes. The physical and mental drain must have been immense.
He mentioned relying on experience, but also really emphasized the fans.
Yeah, thousands of fans jam-packing the arena. That support seemed crucial for him.
It highlights that connection, doesn't it? How much the audience energy feeds back into the performance, helps them push through.
We saw a bit of his match, too, against Rene Goulet.
Goulet with that controversial glove.
Right.
And the claw hold.
Right, that dreaded claw hold. But Santana made the big comeback for the win. Classic babyface champion stuff.
Exactly. And then there were glimpses of others, too, right?
Yeah, brief mentions. Nikolai Volkov, managed by Freddie Blassie.
Big guy, over 300 pounds, but nimble. Very proud Russian. Always sang the anthem.
Yep. And the spoiler.
Created his name by spoiling careers, he claimed. Known for using the top rope in unique ways. And another guy who used the claw hold.
Man, that hold was popular back then.
Seems like it. But yeah, just seeing all these different characters, different styles, it really paints a picture of the WWF landscape.
But it wasn't just about the wrestlers in the ring, was it? This broadcast gave us little peeks behind the curtain, too.
Yeah, like the fan mail segment.
Right. A woman named Lisa Morawski asking how to meet Hulk Hogan. Understandable, I guess.
Probably a common question back then.
Yeah.
And someone else, Peter Matu, wanted another feature on Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
It shows that connection again, right? Fans felt involved. They wanted to see more of their favorites. It wasn't just passive viewing.
Absolutely. It's like an early form of that interactive fan culture we see so much now. They felt close to these guys.
And then, probably the most unexpected segment of all.
Oh, you mean the food tasting?
Mexican food tasting.
Right.
With Tito Santana and Deborah from a place called Gringo.
Yes. It was just so random, but kind of brilliant in its own way.
What were they eating? Burritos?
Beef, chicken, bean, cheese, fried or baked with salsa verde. Tacos too, chicken, bean, beef.
And tamales. Tito explained those had a thicker dough, beef inside, chili con carne, a whole spread.
And the reactions were great. Lord Alfred Hayes seemed to enjoy the burritos and tacos.
Yeah.
Very good. Delicious. Tasty.
But the tamales, not so much.
Nope, he wasn't a fan. Vince McMahon seemed to like the chalupa, though. Called it nice. Very good.
It's just bizarre seeing Vince McMahon rating chalupas.
It totally is. It's
Yeah.
like this weirdly domestic moment dropped into a wrestling show. Humanizing them, maybe. Showing a different side.
Maybe. It's almost like early lifestyle content, you know, in sports show.
Yeah, and the drinks, too. They had margaritas.
Which someone joked killed the taste of killer, or maybe enchiladas. A bit confusing, but funny.
Salty rim, the whole deal. And sangria. Tito and Vince toasted future victories with sangria.
And poor Lord Alfred Hayes got roped into being the official TNT taco taster.
He looked so reluctant. It was great TV in a weird, wonderful way.
So, okay. We've unpacked quite a bit from just this one broadcast. What's the big takeaway here about 80s wrestling?
Well, I think it really shows it was this complex mix, right? You had genuine, incredible athletes like Patera and
To
Santana.
top tier strength, top tier skill.
But then you layered on this incredible showmanship. Patera's van stunt, the Haiti kid pinning the ref.
Yeah.
Just pure spectacle.
And they were clearly very aware of the audience, the fan mail, trying to engage them, even with stuff like the food tasting.
Exactly. It wasn't just sport. It wasn't just drama. It was this blend, almost like reality TV before reality TV, but with, body slams.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
created this whole world that fans clearly got really invested in.
I think that's the key. The success wasn't just the wrestling. It was building these compelling stories, these unforgettable characters, and making the entire broadcast an event. It was a complete package.
Sport, drama, comedy, interaction, they really threw everything at the wall.
And a lot of it stuck.
Yeah.
It captivated people. That's why we're still talking about it, analyzing it decades later.
So here's something to think about as we wrap up. When you look at sports and entertainment today, how much of that blueprint do you still see? That blend of reality, performance, personality, trying to forge that connection with the audience.
That's a great question.
Think about how modern entertainment spectacles, whether it's sports, reality TV, even online streaming, still use those same elements we saw way back in this 1984 wrestling broadcast. How much has really changed, and how much is just building on that foundation?